Another day to give thanks, to be great, to be loving, be kind. You know what I'm saying? Love one another. Be positive. Go to work. You know what I'm saying? Give it 110% at work. You know what I'm saying? Treat your family, your kids, your loved ones with love and respect. No negativity should ever come out your mouth. You hear me? God gave you another day. Be grateful. This is the day that the Lord has made. I shall rejoice and be glad in it. Another day to be thankful and be great. And give thanks and have gratitude. You hear me?
Verse 44 through 46.
All positive.
In the NIV version.
Use your platforms, social media, all that for positivity and to spread the word.
And darkness came over the whole land until
Use it
3
for
in
good.
the afternoon.
To motivate.
For the sun stopped shining,
To
and the
inspire.
curtain of the temple was torn in two. And Jesus called out with a loud voice,
Inspire people to
Father,
get right with God.
into your hands I
Be
commit
healthy,
my spirit.
Health
And when he had
conscious,
said this,
wealth
he
conscious.
breathed his last. I'm talking today from the subject, last words. Last words. You may be seated. As you notice, when the King of Glory is on the cross, speaking the last words before he took his last breath, that the heavens declare the glory of God. They knew that it was a sad day and the sun refused to shine. Darkness covered the earth. Whenever God does something in the earth, there's a demonstration in the heavens, because the heavens declare the glory of God. And if you ever need to see that God is doing something, when God speaks, he speaks in the voice of double enunciation, where he declares it from the heavens, and then
Thank you, God, for my house, my car, the gas in my car, food, my rent paid, the shoes on my feet, the shirt, the clothes on my back. Thank you for the loved ones around me, the loyal people. Thank you for my family, friends, co-workers, my job. Thank you for my health, the air in my lungs. So many things to give thanks to God for. The smallest things that we take for granted. Get on your knees every night and thank him. And pray for what you want.
earth, it is the pattern. Jesus taught us to pray, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So the heavens, the sun turned off when Jesus is on the cross. And his last words, Father, I commit my spirit to you. He's sending his spirit committed to the Father. He had come from the Father, and now he's going back to the Father. These are the last words. I think that there's something significant in understanding last words. One of the things that you will discover with last words is that dying people tell no lies. It was Daniel Saint that said this, and if you wish to hear the truth, seek it from the lips of the drunk or the dying. These people would speak no lies. Isn't that amazing? Well, when death is staring a person in the face, right in the face, something about the heart speaks with sincerity. There is really no motive for dying people to lie. What are you going to do to punish them once they slip away? And their last words. There have been some really unique last words that have been spoken over time. There was one man that rose up as though he was going to say something deep and profound as he was about to take his last breath. He looked around in the room and his last words were, "That is the ugliest wallpaper I've ever seen." And that's how he left the world. I was, interesting enough, I was out doing the funeral one time, a burial at the graveyard. And as soon as I had committed that body to the ground, I was walking back to my vehicle. And I read the headstone of this woman. She made her family put on there, "I told y'all I was sick." I got tickled out of the graveyard. I mean, people. I remembered her last words. "I told y'all I was sick." But my question to you is this today. What will your last words be? I mean, you get to choose that. You get to choose what your last words will be and how they will speak. And hopefully, you will choose this question: how do I want to be remembered? Because how you live, the life that you live, is the legacy that you leave. The life that you live is the legacy that you leave. How do I want to be remembered? You get to choose how you get remembered. If you want to be remembered as a class clown, you know what to do. If you want to be remembered as the person that loved and cared for people, you know what to do. You get to choose how you are remembered. It's a great lesson in wisdom that begin with the end in mind. That's why we're talking about last words. Begin with the end in mind. You ought to know, if you're going after a goal, you ought to know what the goal is. I mean, you don't just play a game to get exercise. You can do that in the gym. You play to win. You play to build camaraderie and fellowship among the teammates. But you have to always begin with the end in mind. And I want us to look at the 7 last words of Jesus Christ on the cross. They're actually not words, they are statements. The 7 last statements of Jesus on the cross. Notice this, the 7 last statements of Jesus on the cross. The first one was, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they're doing." Now here Jesus is dying on the cross. And he's concerned about the very people that have put him in the position of where he is. He's not even thinking about himself. You see, dying men speak no lies. He's concerned about their soul. Jesus knew the end mission. For this reason was the Son of Man manifest, to be able to destroy the works of the devil. God sent not his Son into the world. St. John chapter 3 verse 17. God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. So he knew that he came to save people, and you can't save people without forgiving people. So he's on the cross, and the people who are responsible for putting him there, Jesus is expressing forgiveness because he knows that that's connected to his purpose for how he wants to be remembered, that he died trying to save other folks. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Here was the second statement. Truly I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise. Now this was one of the statements from one of the thieves that was beside Jesus. One of them was a sarcastic dude saying, look, if you are the Christ, don't just save yourself, save us too. But the other one knew that he was the Christ, expressed he had lived a devilish life all of his life, and now he's on the cross, but he's getting it right and ending well. And so he says, Lord, when you come into your kingdom, remember me. And Jesus says to him, I say to you today, truly I say to you today, that today you will be with me in paradise. You're going to make it in, brother. Can you imagine getting in by the skin of your teeth? But he got in. He ended well. He ended well. He could have been a hellion all of his life, but he